Hello YouTube, this is Sovereign, and I just played another ranked 1v1 after work. Again, interestingly enough, against a Spanish player. So I was very curious to see because there are things I expect from Spanish and there are things I don't. The Inquisition obviously is expected, um, and they do have those really good monks, the missionaries, uh, to inquisit with. But yeah, so the last time I faced a Spanish player, they tower rushed, which was kind of very unconventional for the Spanish strategy, especially on I guess, a closed slash semi-closed map, Glade. But we're on Arabia, so what I would probably do is exactly what I did anyway, except with knights instead of step lancers. You know my usual by now. Scouts into power unit in Castle Age. Um, but yeah, let's see. What does the opponent do? Opponent's kind of sig- somewhat significantly below me in elo, and their opening is bad. So maybe it's just lag though. You know, I have seen some people sort of do this where they have two start working on a sheep, in this case a goose, I guess, right away, and then one of the villagers rather, goes to build the houses by themselves. I don't know. I don't know if that's superior. This is, I would say, 100% not superior to this more conventional opening that I'm doing. Not perfect, obviously, but more conventional. So looking at my map, I like it a lot actually. Um, like initially, I'm thinking wall, 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 and maybe like a wall here or a wall here, depending on how things go. But preferably a wall here. That'll secure. It's not going to secure really any stone for me. I'm still going to have that forward and sort of exposed a little bit to the side here, but that's okay. I don't really need stone. I like stone. Like I like to maybe like drop a TC on stone or something so that I can start gathering for a forward castle eventually, but I would much rather have secure berries, secure back wood lines, secure gold, secure back gold, you know, secure chickens. That's all very nice actually. My opponent actually has a pretty decent map as well. Berries are forward, so that would have been vulnerable to maybe like a drush or man at arms rush or something like that. Maybe I should learn how to do stuff like that. But so I finish scouting my map more or less, and now I'm searching for the opponent. I like to sort of go straight across. I used to sort of start on one side or the other and just sort of go around in a circle in like the likely spawn area. But I find that more often than not, the opponent is somewhere across from you. And then if they're not, then, well, it is what it is. You're going to be looking to the sides eventually, which is what I'm doing. And then you pretty much have a 50-50 shot of picking the right side. Oh no, that's right. I don't pick the right side. I think I see this, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna check this way. But then I see this relic, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's not over here actually, because the relics are where opponent it does not exist. But I think I get out here a little bit, and I realize there's nothing out here, and then I turn back around, realizing it's the other way. I think. I hope. Not sure if the opponent has scouted. No. They're not scouting me. They're sort of doing a wide concentric ring type pattern, which is fine, I guess. It's a very systematic way of scouting the map. I'm kind of just like trying to point in a likely direction and hope that I hit them while you trying to use these resources to guide me. So yeah, I realize I don't see any resources over here, so I'm like, oh, okay. So it must be just a little bit further this way. And I could have had this whole damn base scouted already if I had just trusted my original instincts. Because if I just gone a little bit further, I would have seen this and been like, oh, yep, the base is right here. And indeed it is, but I'm not paying attention now because it's a little bit later in Dark Age and I'm doing stuff. So as usual, uh, I kill my scout, which is fine. I am so used to it at this point. It's like I almost consider games where I keep the scout to be unusual at this point. Um, and yeah, I decide to send two villagers to just sort of long grab these hares, which is maybe not totally optimal, but it's free food. They're coming back with 35 food each every trip. That's fine. It's almost two villagers, right? Well, not really, but it's substantially more than one villager. Yeah, I think I fumble here. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Back to before feudal got clicked. Yeah, I fumble. I fumble just a little bit. I'm like trying to keep track. That's right. That's why this guy gets killed. Cause I'm like trying to pay attention. Oh wait, no, not villagers, feudal age. And then I get this notification at the same time, and I'm like, oh crap. Well, I'm not gonna look away. I have to click, which I don't think I actually click. I push the hotkeys, but still I prioritize clicking up on time. I think this is a pretty decent. Yeah, it's fine. It's a okay time. It works. And I have been, I think as I said in maybe the last video I made, I've been starting to wall a little bit more aggressively, but here obviously I forget to shift click, which is annoying. I wish it would just shift automatically click them, I guess. But yeah, now I'm walling with a wood villager in the back. I thought about walling with one of these guys. I do eventually, but not yet. Yeah, so now I'm up, and I'm like, all right, time to build the stable. Because the idea, of course, is ideally, yeah, I see this guy scouting, and I just don't want it. I don't want it to be free. He can't really hurt me with just this one scout, but I just don't. I want to be threatening. Don't hang around here, and then wall this off. Um, these guys should start walling soon. Yep. And I've been making sure to do this stuff where I put stuff down, and then I run the wall over them to make sure that all the gaps are filled, just in case. Yeah, I'm very bad with I think eco upgrades in this particular match. There's a point where I get a little bit nervous about what the opponent's doing, but the opponent is just like if I should maybe think about. I used to attack earlier. Like if I had like 2 3 scouts out, I would attack. But lately, I've especially with the Khitans because if you keep them alive, you can build the blacksmith. But like before you go up to castle, build a blacksmith and get the upgrade. So you have like a castle age attack strength bonus, and then go out with like a good chunk of scout cavalry, like 8 or maybe even 10, and you can do like very very serious damage. Like get through palisade gates and stuff like that. It's fine. Um, but I should have attacked earlier. If I had attacked earlier, mm, yeah, I could have delayed what's what's going to happen because you see all these farms coming down, and if you know, I mean, this is kind of too many farms, but if you know what's up, yeah, I guess it's because you didn't get the hares. If you know what's up, that's usually a sign of a fast castle. So, does have a stable up though. Stable blacksmith, sort of hedging, I guess. I don't know. Then clicks up, and so now I'm like, I've got all these scouts just sort of chilling, and I'm like, all right, let's build the blacksmith. Let's get the upgrade. I'm like, sort of. I probably shouldn't be doing this because I see my opponent is not attacking me, but I don't know if they're just late or not. So, sort of in my brain, I figure, well, if they're late to attacking, then if I build up a strong feudal army, I could destroy what they attack me with and then, mess them up badly at home. Uh, if not, at least I could just go out and do some damage or whatever. Like I have options with these scouts, but they actually go for sort of a fast castle. It's kind of a slow fast castle, but they're going for a fast castle. And when they do that, I get a little bit nervous because I assume that they're probably going to go for knights, and if they don't go for knights, then they're going to be going for like conquistadors, I guess. So that could be a problem if I'm not prepared. Yeah, see, I don't even get like the horse collar upgraded. I don't think I upgraded anything past this in this match. So yeah, I see that and I'm like, hmm. And they're being very annoying with this guy. But fair enough, to be honest. I mean, honestly, I would maybe be scouting around with it, but you'd see this coming. Yeah, so now I'm like, all right, they just clicked up the castle, so they probably don't really have any feudal units. So, like, I don't care about this actually. It's like a tiny little bit of wood. I guess it is holding up a villager. Yeah, I probably should have thought of that, but I'm like, let's go find damage. And there. Oh wow, I got there just on time, huh? Well, not really just on time, because you'll see. But yeah, they just start building this town center. Yeah, they're going to boom. Maybe trickle out some knights, double stable knights, and boom at the same time, I guess. I don't think they have enough food income to support that, but good for them. So kill these vills. Yeah, they're way behind economically because they fast castled and I did not. I kind of leaned into feudal a little bit. And I figure, well, I might as well lean into it a little bit more. I have my farming economy up and pastures up, so the food's gonna come in. I'm not worried about that. I'll click up the castle soon. Might as well get the upgrades if I'm attacking. And yeah, I think this is worth actually, building these like even up to 6 scouts. It's a pretty big commitment, but it's a lot of resources. But I think it's worth. I like to be in control, sort of the field and the match and the momentum. So it makes me feel better, and if I feel better, I play better. So yeah, see, and here's the thing: like normally a scout rush, you bring out a couple spears, and you kind of, if not shut it down, you certainly uh, cause problems for the rush. But with the you know, upgraded scouts, especially with the double upgrade from Khitans, these spears are not actually a threat, but it doesn't matter. I just want to. I know that knights are coming, so I don't want to get bogged down in an actual fight. I just want to run around and pick off villagers and disrupt stuff, so that I can be safe at home and click up the castle myself. And yeah, this is good. We've got 4 knights out, not producing anymore because, again, like I said, don't have the food income. Like this is, I think, one thing some people who do this, because like I like to do this, make knights. in Castle Age. Um, don't try to like boom while you're pumping out double stable knights because it doesn't work. So you either want to get some kind of momentum or control or do some damage with the knights, uh, and then add TCs later as your farming economy expands. Now, of course, with Khitans, you kind of you kind of get the best of both worlds because you can explode your food production. Like, look, every match, I got like 1,200 food at this point, and I'm just waiting for the opportunity to spend it all on the flood of dudes. Yeah, I'm a little bit late here, so I do let them in, and this is where I was like, oh, this is annoying. I'm not. I don't think it'll break me or anything like that, but it does push me off this gold here. Yeah, they definitely get some Vil kills on me here. But I think I do a good job sort of juggling, like throwing back vulnerable villagers, bringing them back out when the threat's somewhere else, and they've evened up the KD, but I'm still ahead. I have much less idle time, and then I figure I have a big enough group. Just gotta focus them down. I like shift click all of them so that they all attack. They focus fire, so to speak. Because knights are stronger than step lancers. It's, it's the massive step lancers with their reach that's really strong. And yeah, so now I know the name of the game is let's get my gold back. So I try to put as many dudes on gold as I can, and get out and do the damage. I still got these 4 scouts, so we can group up with them. And we'll have a nice threatening group of damage dealers. And yeah, they're now booming 2 TCs, not producing out of their stables, and they went for a monastery. So I attacked over here originally. So and look, I guessed correctly. I figured, and this is just like how my brain works. I figured they would know that I'm familiar with this area, so I might come back here. So I go around this other side of this palisade, but then I see this palisade wall here, and when I attack it, some of my dudes run around, and there's an opening, so I just run in. And yeah, I don't want to fight under the TC. Kill this Vil? No, not quite. Maybe later. They pull off their units. So I'm like, alright, let's open this up for reinforcements. Got a missionary. I should probably just turn around and kill this thing right now, but I'm trying to be a little bit cautious. I want this. I don't know why. Probably because I don't know. Probably because I'm stoned or something. I decide, you know what? I want this to be my attack avenue. Now I could attack just straight through the center here, but and it would be advantageous for me. Yeah, I finally killed this scout because it's just annoying me. Um, it would be advantageous for me to just attack through here because even in the small spaces, these guys are good. Because even though they get packed together and then they all attack one unit at a time. It's crazy. But whatever. It's fine. I guess I just wanted like a nice open battlefield. Get this hill. Yeah, this hill was good. And yeah, see what I mean? Like, the counter units just don't do anything. Because they don't live long enough. This is where I need monks. I should already have some monks maybe being produced. I could probably afford it, like 1 or 2. Yeah, I thought I sent a group out, but I only sent the one by mistake to kill this missionary. But yeah, I don't want to get trapped in here either, so I'm just like, I'm blowing holes in the walls. I'm just opening them up because I'm quite sure right now that I probably have way more consistent uh, power unit production So, I'm on 3 stables, and I have the economy to just keep producing and keep producing. So I'm not so much worried about immediately overwhelming them as I'm trying to break the base open and just overwhelm them, you know, like gradually. Don't throw my units away. I'm like, kill this missionary, get out of the TC, then fight. And they already have like. Here's the thing, like it's not a bad idea by any means to collect relics, especially ones close to your base. But like your opponent, if your opponent is obviously like attacking you, they've built an army and they are attacking you with waves of army. Um, it's probably not a good idea to prioritize sending out. And there's the no GG, but there it is. But yeah, like it's probably not a good idea to prioritize like going outside of your base and making more TCs and only producing monks or missionaries to get relics. Like that's sort of a this is an investment. This is like a long-term investment. You're putting money in the bank so that later you have more money. But you need money right now. You need JG Wentworth, and there is no JG Wentworth to give you your gold now. So just forget about it. You have gold. You can just mine it. Um, you just have to keep your villagers alive with knights or whatever. You could build a couple more barracks too, and just overwhelm with counter units will overwhelm them eventually. Um, Especially if you're at a disadvantage economically. Like look at this. I'm coming up on doubling their economy, and we're only like 32 minutes in. Idle time is not bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's also not bad. This extra TC is a waste of resources with 18 minutes of idle TC. Building the second one is just foolishness. But it's totally acceptable because we're in low elo, so it is what it is. But yeah, let's see statistics. Yeah, look at that, 43 step lancers. I love it. 4 knights. Yeah, see, like 43, 4. You know, 43, 17. You need to. Uh, the economy is, I guess, theoretically, on paper, the economy is the most important thing in this game. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I built a siege workshop and I start building rocket carts. That was going to be my next phase of the assault if this didn't break them. Um, and then I was probably going to put a monastery somewhere, probably out here on the front line with this guy, and then collect this relic. But anyway, um, yeah, you have to make units. Like it's all well and good to beat your opponent to Castle Age and boom and economically try to overwhelm your opponent, but it is a war game, and if your opponent is doing a war, you need to do a war back. Um, that's just kind of how it goes. I don't know why I'm on the right side of this. Like it's my replay. I should be here anyway. Um, okay, yeah, look at this. Pretty decent APM. Pretty much doubled the APM. Better floating, better efficiency. That's what I like to see. Um, Interestingly, they have a higher military score, probably because they killed lots of step lancers. Because I was just flooding with step lancers. Yeah, KD's not great in this one, but to be fair, they didn't really produce a lot of units, so and they sort of gave up before I killed lots of their villagers. They saw the writing on the wall, they saw the blood, the blood on the wall, and ran away. Bravely ran away. Yeah, I only got up to 26 army high. Yeah, more resources. Having a working economy will do that for you. See, look at this, 52 relic gold. Tell me that single night, was worth making, investing into the monastery and the missionaries and spending time to run out and get them. All for nothing. Yeah, I barely explored. I didn't do my like send scouts out after Castle Age thing yet. 22 minutes though, that's fine with me. Under 10 minutes is also okay, I guess. That is, these are good for me, so I'm happy with it. Can only get better from there. All right, take a look at the base real quick. Pretty compact. Didn't really get too developed this time, because the game sort of ended kind of early. All these dudes on gold. More gold. I should put a second camp here. And I had this TC, but they were not producing onto gold. They were producing onto this wood line here, because I do need wood. These things are expensive, and I needed more food. Shockingly enough, because I pulled a ton of dudes off of these pastures, and I put them onto this gold when I transitioned over, because I ran out of gold, and I had like 1,300 food. Um, but now I sort of unbalanced it in the other direction, and I'm trying to. I should actually. What I should do is grab like a chunk of dudes. Grab a chunk of dudes and put them back on pastures. Grab another chunk of dudes, build a second mining camp. Get upgrades. That would be great. Yeah, that even military upgrades, but the economic, desperately need them. That's why I'm so short on wood. But yeah, this would have been phase two, but that was, I think this like just constant harassment was just too much. Fair enough. All right. See you next time.